Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dungeon Mechanics, where I'm not going to repeat anything I just heard in the last 5 minutes. So, announcements.
You didn't have to. There was nothing you had to say there.
Oh my gosh. So, does anybody want to do announcements? Because I'm just,
I would, but I don't know them. So,
do we got anything?
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
What, Paul? You're
What's wrong
always
with me?
ready.
I know I'm always ready, but you need to start being ready.
I'm plenty ready.
Are you though?
Tonight we are brought to you guys by the lovely people over at Plus One Crafting. Plus One Crafting can get you all of the miniature terrains that you may possibly need in your campaign. You can get yourself set up with one monthly subscription, so that way each and every month you get yourself some lovely new stuff to show the people at your table that you care. And by care, you mean look at this pretty environment before I hit you in the face with the Tarrasque.
Oh my god.
4 of them.
Tasty.
Hey.
Head on over to go ahead, use the link that's in the chat for Plus One Crafting to get your subscription started and start elevating your game today. We are also brought to you by Epidemic Sounds, the sounds you'll be hearing tonight and on this channel all come from Epidemic Sounds, where they have thousands of songs for you to choose from, and not just songs but also sound bites. So if you want to have that wacky trombone sadness happen when somebody rolls a nat 1, they have it there for you. And the best part about it is when you sign up with them, you get their subscription, you will no longer have to fear about those gosh darn DMCA takedowns. No longer will you live in fear of someone claiming your Twitch stream, YouTube video, TikTok. It doth not matter, for you are safe in the warm embrace of Epidemic Sounds. So head on over to epidemicsounds.com. Get yourself signed up with a subscription today. Doing all 3 of them, okay. And last but not least, we got... I love how it's like I say it, I'm like, oh yeah, no, but Barkley Garage. Barkley Garage is a New Mexico staple where they are going to be so lovingly designing the dice towers for this very campaign. They do a lot of custom work. So not only will they be doing dice towers, but they also do lawn furniture and different woodworking materials or wood furniture. They do different woodworking stuff. Sorry, I fumbled there. It happens. It'd be like that sometimes. I wasn't really prepared for this, but it'd be like that. But I digress. Head on over to the Barkley Garage where you too can get your hands on some very nice handmade, made in America furniture today. I don't think we have anything else. Do we have anything else?
No.
Don't they like it when you ask them to make like cornholes? Like that's their.
Oh yeah,
no.
they have a special running on cornhole boards. If you head on over there, Instagram.com/the_Barkley_garage, and you say that Stacks, you want the Stacks special cornhole board, you will actually, I believe you get a, I can't remember if you get a special design or you get a special consultation.
Oh no, it's like a 100% price increase.
Either that or they just drop us from their
right.
Either way,
yeah, just
either way, it's
just
fine.
Take us off that, please.
Yeah, we don't want you guys here anymore. You kept telling everybody we specialize.
Anyways,
in
D&D. Hey.
Okay, sorry. We're having a little, hee ha-has here. Mask wants to go over here and like make his fucking demonic species, whatever the fuck that is.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Mask just wants to spend time with Millie. They can like weave flowers in each other's hair, and it's gonna be a great time.
His hair is fire, isn't it?
Fire-resistant flowers. Hello.
But how do you braid fire?
I'll find a way. Life finds a way.
You know what?
So last week on Return to the Feywilds during the quiet year, our gods and goddesses were working to establish their temples throughout Diademia. There was quite a few different ideas put forth, and ultimately none of them were exactly the same. However, it's going to be interesting to see how those temples kind of resonate over the continents as the years go by. Meanwhile, in the past, our heroes finally were able to collect themselves as a group again, once again, at Adalare and Kurai's. Everyone has their other names up, and I'm just like, who are you? Kurai's palace in the Feywilds, and after some slight misconceptions with Dargo arriving just point blank, and the others arriving shortly after, they were able to settle down for some food and enjoy themselves until they got a message from the, lo and behold, Queen Midna herself. She informed them that she wanted an item and that they had it and she wanted it and to give it to her by tomorrow. So that immediately caused a bunch of insight checks, and ultimately Fang was the one that ended up having the item in question, not knowing that the item in question was the one that he had. Afterwards, everyone found out a little bit more about each other than they probably bargained for, and settled down to rest for the night, at least most of them. So we pick back up in the quiet year. You all have recently set down your temples, and Saloon kind of walks up and addresses the five of you. Yes, well, let's continue to the next part. You all were recently placing races throughout the continent. However, a unique ability that you all share is the ability to create races from scratch. Now, this isn't something you should think lightly of. It is rather unique and can, in ways, partly be traced back to you, considering, consider like the Shadar-kai, how they are deeply connected and woven to the Shadowfell and the Raven Queen. Your race could inevitably be something attached to you or not attached. It's completely your decision. However, I'll give you all a moment to contemplate that idea while we work on the first task. And you all watch as 2 beams of light shoot up from the points at your temples. 2 per temple, just 2. And Mask is just like boop, 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 boop. There's one other thing that you all have to consider. Mostly, a world has quite a few gods and goddesses. And you see as these lights kind of like start to form into humanoid images, somewhat. And one is a male and one's a female. You all will create a minor deity of your own, 2 to be specific. They can be good, they can be bad, they can be whatever flavor you would like to put into them. They don't have to be connected to your temples. However, as soon as you create them, as soon as you birth them, they'll have their own goals, ideas, and they'll create things much like you all have today. So, would anyone like to go first? Everyone's like, fuck! There's a pop quiz! No one told us about the pop quiz!
No one told us about the pop quiz.
You want to roll us like a d20 to see who goes first?
Yeah, totally. Also, y'all don't
Please
have
not
to
me.
name these gods or goddesses, usually.
Got a 19.
Okay, I gotta write this down. Okay. Illuminator. A 5. A helm.
Oh, 1.
Mask.
9.
And Danae.
17.
Okay. Sloon looks at the excitement kind of billowing in Maliki's eyes. Would you like to go first?
Oh, I thought you wouldn't ask.
It's almost like we were fated to.
So, do you want us to start with the race first or the minor deities first?
The minor deities, if you will. I'll give you a little bit more time on the races.
Well, I know one of them is gonna look after the sea. But I know the other one's probably gonna counterbalance that one. So let's go with a neutral good. She kind of manifests this like figure of like a masculine figure. And let's see. He's the one that's going to be looking after the ocean. And then this one, and she kind of manifests the figure of the like feminine figure. She is going to be chaotic neutral. And she will be in charge of the grasslands. Or maybe just the land in general. We'll do that.
The mother of the land?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Anything else? We'll come back for the race.
Okay.
So I'm clear, you have created a god of the sea and a god of the land.
Mm-hmm. There has to be balance.
She's trying to get protection for her babies that are out there. I know what she doing.
Well, I'm making god of the terrace. So ha.
She kind of looks over to Helm. No, definitely not to Helm. To Daenerys. Would you like to go next?
If I must. Okay, let's see. We have the sea. We have the land. Okay. Well, he'll grab the male form and I will charge him to be over all things that these people may consider art or beautiful things. So he will be in charge of literature and art and painting and music, things of that nature. And the other will be on the other side of that coin, in charge of knowledge. So maps, history, science, arcane things. You will be in charge of that. And who knows, perhaps maybe their worlds will collide between knowledge and beauty.
And their alignments?
He will be chaotic good, and she will be true neutral.
Understood. Let's see. Mask? You've been rather quiet.
Well, so you want us to create lesser deities?
Try to make like interesting ones.
Oh God!
Fire just flares up in her face.
Hey!
This is the goddess who made land and water. Very interesting.
Yeah, you can't have water without land, and you can't have land without water. There's gotta be the balance.
That's not at all how that works.
It's definitely how it works.
You don't need water to have land, and you don't need land to have water.
Yes,
I believe I have a few books you might want to read
Team
up on.
Magma and Team Aqua. It's all land. No, it's all sea.
Okay. I'm going to grab the female form.
Okay.
This lesser deity, this demigod, I guess, is going to be the goddess of storms. They will be chaotic neutral. Then I'm going to grab the male form, and this will be the god of death. He will guide their souls to the afterlife. He will be true neutral.
Short and sweet. Ilmater?
Well, picks up the female form. She kind of like almost spins it like it's one of those little ballet things. You know what I'm talking about? So it kind of turns it a little bit. She will be the goddess of creation, hard work, the smiths, those who construct things, whether it be houses, cities, roads, those who forge weapons and armor. That is what she will do. Sets it down, picks up the male form. He will be the god of sleep, aiding those into deep slumber, whether good or bad, those who he deems worthy. Down. The female will be true neutral, as those. It's not the sword's fault, it's the hand that wields it. And the male chaotic evil.
Everyone watches as he makes Freddy Cougar.
Yeah. Not quite that, but could be construed as that.
Helm, would you like to go?
Yes. So he's gonna choose the female deity. She will be the protector of women. Mainly until they're married and they don't have anyone else to really rely on. Make sure they are safe, cared for. Place her down, pick up the male. He will be the protector of the young. For they are sometimes foolish with less knowledge in the world and experience. Place him back down.
And their alignments?
Both will be lawful neutral.
Understood. And as you create them and they're kind of like hovering there in the space in front of each of the gods and goddesses respectively, they all like fade away. Let's move on to the races. Maliki, would you like to start us off again?
Sure. So she's going to start manifesting in this form, and at first it appears very serpentine almost, but it has legs. The tail is very aquatic looking, and the creature has these like coral looking horns on its head. And then before you know it, you watch as this almost sea dragon looking creature transforms into this humanoid form. And Maliki's holding it. They are going to protect my babies. I haven't thought of a name for the race yet. But that's what they're going to do. That is their purpose. They are going to watch over the wonderful sea terrasks that I have created. And she's going to set the race down near the coasts.
And would you like to add in some racial traits to them?
Yes. So they will be able to almost transform into a almost like draconic form when in the water. They will be able to swim super fast, be able to see exceptionally well in the water, and be able to breathe underwater. But I think that's all I can think of for right now.
Okay. And by your babies, you mean the Tarask ones you made, correct?
Yes, the sea terrasks. All 4 of them.
Understood.
Like, look how cute they are. She, like, scoops one of them up. Look how cute they are.
I will try to erase it.
Don't you dare!
Daenerys.
Oh yes. I will be creating. He'll grab like an elf form and like kind of changing it up a little bit. They will be called the Obsivari. They will be placed in my temple on the island of my temple and throughout the land. And their main purpose will be to observe societies and the world and record it. Basically, their purpose is to chronicle what is happening in our world.
And their racial traits?
I have like a description of how they look, but I don't know if that's important.
Oh yeah, I'll get what all y'all for those
Okay.
to add in.
They
I mean,
will
unless you want to
speak.
describe how they look to the others.
Yeah, it's okay.
No.
They will have a sort of invisibility, but just natural camouflage, so that they do not disturb societies. They will speak using by writing glyphs in the air to each other, and these glyphs that they write will be magically transported to my grand library, where everything will be recorded. I think that is all for now. Yep.
Let's see. Mask.
How do I put this? You see him grab a form. Then he starts molding it. Just like a regular human looking for the most part.
Like he's just peeking over.
He will, this race will be around during the before everything. How do I put it, Stacks? How do I put this?
You mean before the Dragon War?
Yes. Before the Dragon War. It will be involved in that. They look very what's the word I'm looking for? So you know how in our world, we have like the Mayans and the Aztecs and all that stuff. Kind of like that, more tribal, more. Well, yeah, just more tribal. Like, think Aztec, Mayan around that era, and take that and put it in here. Except their human traits would basically be like they have great eyesight, hearing. Like they are very perceptive on everything. Like I don't know how to entirely describe them, but that is it for right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she looks over to Ilmater.
Sorry, that was I was something was bothering me. Let's see here. He looks down and picks up a form. Looks fairly human. No. And just crushes it down. And then starts building it back up again. The back legs almost look like dogs, if you will. And it's giving it long, like a large torso and large arms on the front. They will walk on all fours. They will be sturdy. They will be, well, high constitution, if you will. Mandripalius. Yes. Spins it. They will spend their times in large families, speaking mostly through hummed tones. But for speaking common, they very similar to that, the hummed tones. But for common, they will struggle with it. They begin sculpting a bit more with it. They will spend their times in the north, along the living mountain with the tabaxi. And he kind of sprinkles a bit of them up north, and then a few will wander the desert. Sprinkles them there. And the last few, well, they will make their home on the volcanoes, and sprinkles the rest there. So they thrive in the harsh environments that others cannot. And that's it.
A helm, which one would you like to create?
Picks up, looks through the world, and picks up a gargoyle. I've always admired these creatures for their ability to protect, beam of stone protectors, people, castles, gates. Only problem is they're evil. You'll see him with the gargoyle in his hand, turn his wrist over, and he'll pluck the eye from his gauntlet and place it on their forehead. and puts it back down. They will serve as protectors, protecting buildings, people they so deem worthy. But until they find that worthy, they will just be stones, meditating forever.
Do they reside anywhere? I forgot to ask this. Or are they all over?
They're all over.
And the rest of you, Maliki?
You just see Maliki just sprinkling like her race all along the coasts. Anywhere that's close to the north, south, east, and west seas, just. Oh, I'm already taking care of that.
Denier?
Yes, I'll put them near where civilizations might be, so all around. But they will mainly live on my island.
Okay. And Mask?
Place that they should live. Now, I know everyone just is kind of putting it everywhere. Looks at Maliki. Really?
Maliki's just like dumping the rest of her bucket, like.
I hate that my camera just fell. Some of you are keeping it on your own land. Let's see.
Oh, but you're not looking at Denier.
What is your problem, Mask?
I'm just trying to strategize. Where should I put this? Where should I put these humans? Well, you'll find out soon enough. And he just makes it vanish from his hand, and it's somewhere on the land.
She's like looking in the forests. Where did you put him?
Not a word.
Oh, look, there's one that. Oh, wait, that's a rock.
Oh, come on, Maz. You gotta tell us where they are. Come on, that's not fair.
And as the five of you debate, that's where we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back to pick up with the Return to the Feywilds. So, we'll be back in 10 or so minutes, give or take. Don't go anywhere.
And wipe.
Hello and welcome back. Things look different. Why is Paul just like staring into the abyss? Let's see how long he can hold it.
Because you being a bitch and saying Shikamaru ain't a solid all-around character.
Yeah, come at me. Stacks, he talks about the real topics that nobody else
Stacks,
wants
when
to
I
like,
come visit you
skate around.
Christmas
They're
time,
like, oh, we're just gonna go to the.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, you
Do
just
we wanna
earned
talk about
yourself,
bullshit
I will
characters?
make
a shit ton of tallies,
An
and I'm
entire
gonna kick your
room of
ass.
enemies in like 2 words
Yeah.
of a sentence.
Considering Lion-O's your favorite character and it's a man-child, you can fuck right off.
Okay, first of all, Lino wasn't my favorite. Do you pay attention? It was Chitara. That's the reason I watched Thundercats. But as long as you're like here with me, you all.
Reaper dip. Reaper's done. He's like, oh.
He's like, I'm going over to the D&D area.
I just want to play D&D. I want to play my grass. I want to play grass. I'm sorry. I should be making fun of that. I apologize.
You all are settling down for the night. Adalare, make a perception check.
Oh, why?
Because you're up studying all night.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, no, she's real busy. She's 14. She's really busy looking at that map.
As you're looking over, plotting how strategically y'all will combat this, you hear something. It first starts out as like a bit of laughter. What you doing?
Adalre's gonna ignore it.
I can show you something a little bit better. More juicy.
Super Quill continues writing down on the map.
I can show you how to win.
Her eyes do not leave the battle map.
Or do you want to see them die? Because I do. Maybe your brother first. Or the edgy one. The one that talks a lot.
Odds are evens, y'all.
Events.
It's always even.
She continues to ignore this bitch.
If you don't know what that reference is, go watch Legends of Noe episode 8. With the emotional damage at the end of the episode. Or near the end of the episode.
Oh gosh. It's okay. Until you lose something, you typically don't do anything rash. But I did offer, so you can't hold that against me. And the voice fades.
So I want you to know right now, me as a person, as queen, wanted to confront that bitch. But
I don't know who
Adalre,
it was.
Adalre's just like, nah. No.
I just see Queen in the back like, how would Adalre react to this? 101.
1v1 me.
I just have a user manual like right on my desk. Adalre is like the complete opposite of me.
Can I get D20 rolls for initiative for everyone else? Don't worry, I'm just trying to figure out who wakes up first. Over here, Testy. Just like
Plus initiative? Okay. 21.
Yeah, initiative roll. 21.
17.
Okay.
18.
Mm-hmm.
9.
The prince is
Grabby's
sleeping in.
shit.
He's like, Adari's back. I've been getting good night's rest
I
tonight.
don't do everything. Oh god, man, it feels so good to not like have to run an entire kingdom. Oh,
5 more minutes.
He checked on Adari for like 5 minutes, saw she was busy, was like, I'll leave you to it. Just juiced out.
Don't let Adara
They
find
play-
out her brother's sleeping in late.
Playing
Grass.
video games.
You wake up. The sight of the Feywild's a bit different in the morning, but you do gauge that it's probably morning time. What would you like to do?
Did you freeze? No. Okay.
I was like, do we freeze?
Jesus. You're asking me or who? Or
Yeah,
anybody?
you. Grass. What are you?
Oh, okay.
You're waking up first.
Is there another grass?
I didn't hear him say grass. Anyway,
Oh.
I kind of just like get out of bed. Just does anything look different? Like if anything was disturbed, or is Beaky just asleep like nothing?
Make a perception check.
Plus, Jesus, that's a high perception. 26.
Yeah, everything seems as how you left it before you nodded off.
Okay. Beaky, do you think I should take this off? Honestly, like.
Beaky kind of looks at you. Cocks the head to the side.
I don't know. We'll see. I just, I just don't want to become that thing. Not that thing that started turning me into this. I don't want to end up like that. I just want to go back home. We'll see. You want to go see if anyone else is awake, Beaky? You know what? Let's just go. All right, I'm gonna head out, open the door, and just kind of see if anybody's awake. And if nobody's awake, I will go get food.
Okay. As you're heading down, who rolled the 18?
I did.
Fang. You hear movement outside the door. You've been up for just a few minutes.
He's kind of like leaned back, but he does have the dagger that he's had under his pillow. He's got his like fingers just resting on it. Like, well, it would appear that they are not coming in. He pulls the dagger out and then kind of puts it with his rest of his gear.
And then the door slams open.
Grass kicks the door in.
Wake up!
So he, I get up, kind of rubbing a little bit of sleep out of my eyes. Pixel, you up?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. He goes and he starts to kind of get dressed, realizing that's probably for the best since being in here. He's like, yes. Like realizing like all he has is the clothes that he was wearing, which are pretty gross, covered in a little bit of blood and everything else. Like, really wish I had brought a spare pair, but alas, here we are. And cast mending on it to like kind of patch up some of the like burn holes from the fucking shots to the chest he took the night prior and everything else. All right. Shakes it out, throws it on. Was the bed too comfortable for you?
And you look over, and Pixel's like made a makeshift hammock, just strung it
Never
up.
mind. Of course you made a hammock. Oh, I felt like I was sinking all night. It's weird. Odd sensation.
The bed was
But
too
just-
soft.
Yeah, it's weird. But just let's keep an eye on things today. As far as I don't know if anybody's going to make a play, if Linda shows up, or if somebody just thinks that I don't know if they want to just take something that doesn't belong to them.
Is Fang hungry?
I am fucking starving. I didn't eat before we went on that mission last night. So I was like, oh, I don't want to have a full stomach. I want to be light on my feet. Fucking hell. Plus, you know how it is, jumping rooftop to rooftop with a full stomach. It's all gross. He gets all of his gear, and then he kind of, all right, Pixel, come on. Opens up the door.
And you kind of like hear the pitter patter of Beaky like running down the hall, and as you look, you see grass. There's guards like posted periodically down the hall, but they're in the same spot that they were the night prior. I mean, they're probably different guards, but
I thought the guards were like outside my door, so I was about to be like, hello there.
Hello there.
Anobi. Sorry.
Bang! All right, so I'm gonna just kind of start walking around, and I'm gonna pull the metal orb out of my pocket and just kind of toss it. It's about, like I said, it's about baseball size. And hey, Zip, you mind doing just a quick look around of the place? You know, outside, lay of the land kind of deal. Okay. And then I imagine there's like open windows and stuff.
yeah.
I just kind of take it and just throw it out the window.
Are you doing
I
it like
would've seen that, right?
nonchalantly?
Mm-hmm. Nonchalantly.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. 30.
Yeah, I mean, for a second you're like, did I throw it too far?
Oh. Oh, did you sleep good? Fang, right?
Yes. Grass, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
These one-syllable names.
I slept all right. It was no, the bed was a little too comfortable for me. As odd as that is, as odd as that sounds.
I feel like just making some bullshit up and saying I slept hanging upside down or some bullshit.
I slept like the night I was the bat.
You sleep hanging upside down.
Yeah, of course.
Does the blood not all rush to your head?
No, it's fine. That's 21 deception.
I mean, I am gonna do an insight check on that, but like, there's no fucking way this guy hangs from the same. Like, can I look down at his feet? Like, I want to look down at his feet as he says that. Like, does he have like shoes on and shit?
No, he has like bird feet.
Okay, I just want to like, just in case, you know.
Got talons.
Would you roll?
21.
Yeah, I believe you. I'm like looking at like, okay, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, it's a normal thing. It's
So what do you do
it's,
when you're? What do you do when you don't have like a roof?
these you'd be surprised how strong these feet are.
I'm not worried about your feet strength. I'm more worried about like the branch strength or something. Like, does the wind not knock you out of the tree? Like,
No, I have wings. Like, it's become a normal thing that, like, if I'm sleeping somewhere, it's just my body adapts. It's fine.
I guess so. It's just imagining you're like swinging and then like you fall and then you wake up because you know. Have you ever had that sensation where you're like falling and then like you jolt awake?
No, not once.
Huh. I guess because you're constantly falling.
Technically, yes.
All right. Did you remember the way to like the dining hall? Because a
Uh,
lot of this place looks the fucking same to me.
hey, guards, can you take us to the dining hall? God, I don't remember where it is.
I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. What is your name? He's looking at one of the guards.
Misa, I am Grenier.
Grenier. Well, hello, Grenier. I am Fang. Sorry. We're a little lost. Could you direct us towards the dining hall?
And he looks over at the other guard, and the other guard's like, yes, of course.
We're guest? We're not? Oh, okay. Fang is like kind of confused, like, we are guest here.
Insight check.
Is on me being a
Not
guest
you.
here?
Yeah, on you. No, the
I
guard
don't
is
believe
like,
you. You're not a
like,
guest
what
here.
was that? It's like, what was that look? Why'd you look at the?
You're being a little paranoid. He might just be fucking new. Calm down.
The guard like walks with the two of you
Mhm.
and kind of like heads you back down the familiar way that you all came to get there.
Oh, thank you so much, Grenadier. I do greatly appreciate it.
It's Grenier, sir, but
Grenier, I'm so sorry. I do apologize. Grenier.
Yeah, whatever your name is.
Yeah.
is this your first time in the Feywilds?
Technically, no, but also yes.
This be my first time.
I think it would be.
Okay. Yeah, this is my first time. It's kind of, doom and gloom. Yeah, I don't think this is normal. Even for my first time being here, I don't think this is normal. I'm gonna try to put a stop to this. Okay, cool. Anyways,
Yeah,
thank you,
last
Grenier.
I mean, last time I was here, it was all mid in the darkness, and like we kind of got thrown out immediately. But now this time, it's like it's less darkness, but still pretty gloomy.
Midnight-y?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm sorry. Why do you ask?
Just making conversation, sir.
Ah, got it. Well, Grenier, thank you again for this. You have yourself a lovely day.
And he leads you to the food court area, and there you see like Dargo sat at the table, and they're bringing like different breakfast foods out.
Why am I not surprised you remembered how to get back to the dining hall?
It wasn't hard. You just
How many hallways did you have to walk down?
quite a few.
You
But
just
I remembered
memorized
the
that.
way, yeah. And it's part of the training, part of my military training. You have to memorize your
Is this-
surroundings. How did you not remember?
Well, mostly because I had a lot going on last night to try to remember.
Yeah, sorry about that for calling you out. Just I
It
kind
wasn't
of
so
know
much
what's
that
happening.
Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, you kind of called like everyone out, which then makes you
Do
look
people
a
not do that?
little paranoid. No, not really.
Oh.
You might ask one or two people, but to go around the table and like, "What are you hiding?" is kind of a little odd.
I mean, when an entire realm is, in the balance of, the possibility of being destroyed, like where I'm from, it kind
Yeah.
of.
So you came here voluntarily, or you were told to be here?
I was told to be here.
So that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
You don't really care. You just know that if you fail, you die too.
I never plan on going back. So, we'll see what happens.
Fang just kind of gives him a little wink, like, I get you. Fucking over here trying to be a hero bullshit. Fucking see it through it.
You believe
yeah,
what you want.
I
Fang
was
is
about
gonna
to
sit down.
say, you like made up that whole thing yourself. He didn't like confirm or deny.
He's like, I'm not going back, is what he said. I'm like, okay, which means he's stuck here with us. All right. So we're so Fang's gonna sit down and he's gonna look at everything they're bringing out and is just kind of like scanning it, like okay, that looks familiar. I don't know what the hell that is. That looks like it's still alive. Right. Okay.
It's gonna.
Coffee? Yes. Coffee.
No. Do you think the prince is awake yet, or Dalray?
If I know Dalray, she probably hasn't been to bed yet. And the prince, I don't know. I don't know if he's like normal royalty or not. If he's normal royalty, we won't see him before noon.
I haven't seen him yet.
But if he's wartime royalty, then he should already be awake.
I rolled a 9, not a 1.
Fang doesn't know that. Fang only knows his own history, which is the king normally awake early in the morning. Any prince, fucking noon at the earliest. It's like a fucking teenager. That kid ain't coming out of his room till 11 o'clock noon.
So as you all are kind of talking, you do hear Adalre kind of walk in, and she's clearly trying not to show that she's completely exhausted. But you can tell she's tired as she kind of just walks in, sees all of you, but does not see her brother.
Hey, Adalray, I know you're trying to hide it and everything, but could you mark a point of exhaustion on your character sheet? Because you've been up for like a hot minute.
Fang's just gonna.
Or it's fine.
Over.
It's fine. It's fine.
Fang's gonna glance over and then like put another cup of what he assumes is coffee in front of her.
I'm gonna try everything. Okay, just don't mind me. Just Mickey, dig in.
So just be careful. You know how your stomach is.
Adalre kind of just looks around. Has Kurai woken up yet?
No,
We have not seen
he
him.
hasn't. No, I haven't seen him. No one's seen him.
Y'all are the worst! Y'all aren't even like bro code! What the heck?
Nope.
That
Bro
buzz
code, I
came-
just
whoa.
met him. I don't fucking know
that buzz
We
came
also
from
never
3
said whether he was
directions at the
awake or
same
not.
time.
We just
I
simply
just
said we
said
haven't seen
I
him.
ain't seen him. And by the way, it ain't bro code for a guy I just met. I don't know who the fuck. I don't know him. I
It
know
could
her.
be like I don't know.
I
He
cover
could be getting
There's
donning
like-
armor, donning armor or
there's
something. I
like-
don't know. It's just
I don't know. Does he like go for like more than
Unconventional bro
something
code.
like that?
That's all.
Adalre immediately just turns around with the cup that Fang gave her and walks out.
I feel like he's in danger.
I'll be fine.
I'm in
They're siblings.
danger.
It's normal.
He'll be fine.
All right.
We're going on a journey to stop this from happening. Let's just
What?
eat.
What? How is he's like looking at Dargo? How is that? Like pointing at something that you just like picked up off your plate.
It's all right.
He takes a little bit off of like one of the serving plates and just kind of tries it. He's like, that is very chewy. I was not expecting it to be so chewy.
Slimy yet
It does
satisfying.
surprise you.
Ugh. How are you doing with all this? You're like, you don't have like, do you have teeth?
Yeah, of course I have teeth.
I'm looking at grass. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
The one with the bird face.
I feel
That's why
like
it's
there's a lot of like questionable conversations happening. Like
I'm
this.
chewing it with the beak, like I'm tearing it apart, and then I'm just like.
Hey, do you mind doing that noise for me one more time on the microphone?
I'm good.
That's
They clip that out for me later.
for people who are paying attention.
Just eating. You
Don't
just
let
see him
CT
like.
Hey, don't let CTO the bro get a hold of that fucking soundbite. He'll make a whole damn song about it.
That's fine. But yeah, dude, like you see him eating like a fucking bird. Come on.
Okay. All right. Never mind. The chewiness doesn't seem to affect him.
I live like this. What do you expect, man? Come on.
What this? Okay. You can't tell me that, and he points to the thing he just picked up, which looked like a mushroom, but it was like a chewy mushroom. That isn't something that we normally have. Or is that something that you found regularly?
I mean, before I ended up going to
Purgatory?
No, I know what it is, but just
Was that Dargo or was that
yeah.
Clint?
Hold on.
It was actually me. I wasn't sure if he forgot or not.
Oh, I thought that was Dargo trying to finish his sentence.
For real? That's what I thought too. Purgatory. Before that, I mean, I used to travel all over the woods, the coasts, the mountains. That's what I did. So I'm used to this stuff. These mushrooms, or they're a little different here in the Feywild, but yeah, for the most part, it's fine. It's just food.
Right. Just gonna pick up his coffee.
As you all are enjoying your breakfast, Adalre, around this time you arrive at your brother's door.
And
Are there guards outside of that door?
Yes.
So
Five.
I
5 to
imagine
10.
the princess
would've-
and the prince's quarters are slightly different. Like there's a partition you have to
foyer
go through
that she has
before
to
you
get
get
through.
to Like she already met the guards and went through that door, and now she's at like his actual door.
So-
Wake the fuck up!
It's like
And
this,
each
like this-
guard,
the softest little knock. Oh, brother.
each
Boom!
guard announces, each guard announces who's walking in. So
You would still sleep.
It's
through
like
that?
a
No, it's
quick
fine.
message. It's your sister.
Wake
sir.
up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
No,
So-
but Adalre will kind of walk up and just like knock on his door. After not hearing him waking up, she is going to open his door.
Is your door locked, Kirai?
yes,
You know what? Fine. What do I got here?
You hear a knock, and then like for the jiggling of the handle.
You're over here like putting on like makeup or something. You just
I wonder who that could be at my door.
Will you let me in?
Yes, 1 second. He'll collect his things, brush his hair.
He's like purposely making these seconds long. Like,
Yeah,
you gonna
she's just
wait
sipping her
5 minutes.
Almost there. Be right there.
Karai, I swear if you're doing this on purpose.
He's like fully dressed
I
up.
really do need to talk to you.
You cut to him in front of the window and he's like,
as she opens the door, he dives out.
he'll go over and unlock the door.
And when the door opens, Adalre, his room's pretty familiar to what you are used to. Very elaborate. there's kind of like sections. There's his sleeping area, his common area, other areas. There's a balcony that has like tea and other food assortments just placed there. But he's all dressed in. He looks at you.
She just shakes her head. Room's still too extravagant for my taste. Anyway, I need to talk to you. Closes the door.
Click.
Can I offer you some tea or some more coffee?
I'm good with what I have.
Very well.
So, last night, while I was planning, someone tried to speak with me. I didn't recognize the voice or who it was, but they wanted to show me how we could win this. However, I ignored it. Not sure if it's one of Midna's tricks or not.
If that is a trick of Midna's, I have not heard it before.
Wonderful.
Why would you ignore it? If they offer something that we can use.
Because I don't know what Midna's planning. What if it was a trap?
I guess that is true.
As
But
of
it
right now,
seems
what
worth
we definitely...
exploring.
I agree. But Fang does have that item. And I feel as long as we have that weapon, we'll be... I don't even know if all right is the correct term I want to use. But I trust something that I can actually see, and I know that what that we have, rather than some sweet words whispered in my ear.
Fair enough. I just don't like putting all of our cards or all of our eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? Although, I don't really know what this thing does. You seem to know more about it. I know it is powerful, but not much beyond that.
The only reason why I knew what it was because I was able to read the writing on the item itself. But I am familiar with items similar to it, especially during my journey to the mortal plane.
So you believe you know how to use it?
If not, I'm sure we will be able to figure it out.
I wonder if your friend Fang would let us explore the object in a safe place to see what we can get from it.
Right, you see like a slight eye roll as you mention that. I doubt it. Fang is very a reserved person.
I can't believe he wouldn't want to know what it does also.
Well, if you want to ask him about it, then by all means you can. But don't
Very well.
expect anything.
I also forgot to ask you last night, but how do you know Midna? Or is that a name we would know already?
Not really, because she found it out through the Book of Black. So ideally, you learned about Midna after Adalre left, so it wasn't like a common term.
Okay.
Let's just say I read up on her.
Can I insight that?
Yeah. insight check, you eyes.
She ain't lying.
I only got a 9.
No, nobody trusts nobody in this right now.
Well, she said, let's just say, like, there's a story there.
Only when I trust Dargo.
You see your brother like look at you slightly different in that comment, Adalri, but he doesn't push it.
Is
You
there
just left
anything
it
else
slide.
we should... Is there anything else we should discuss before we join the others?
You mentioned something about grass. You said that he had this power within him.
Yes. He wears a necklace that seems to be slowing or stalling his transformation, which I believe that transformation would be into a more powerful version of himself or into something completely different, but he seems afraid of it.
Guess I'll have to question him about it later.
He is an enigma, and he said he was sent here to save our world, so there are too many connecting dots for me to ignore.
One step at a time, brother. Now, shall we
Yes,
go get some breakfast?
Yes, please. As he's eating a roll from his balcony thing. Let's go eat.
Be sure to brush the crumbs off your jacket. She says she leaves.
Little smile.
So as y'all are heading down back to the food court area, the waiters, I guess, come out with like after food appetizers. I don't know. It's like coffee, but a smaller version, like an espresso cup, and like some cookies, but like
Elevensies.
fake cookies, and they just set them down by all of you.
I will grab a cookie and crush it and just like.
Why is nothing normal?
Because he's a bird.
He's got hands. I mean, they're bird
He
hands,
grabbed it.
but-
Fang is just
Trust-
gonna kind of glance and be like, and then just
I trust you all slept well.
Eating.
slept. I slept fine enough. Thank you.
I did.
Good to hear.
So, what grand adventures are we beginning on today?
Ari just picks up like a tart that's by her, refills her coffee. Doesn't say a word.
Midna said that we have until what time? How many more hours do we have?
I'd say roughly 8 or so.
So we have
I thought
to.
it was 2 nights. I don't remember.
Was it the next
No,
night or
she asked for the item come this evening.
Oh, okay.
So we have 8 hours to prepare, and judging by the look of Dare, she stayed up planning. So
She kind of just side eyes you.
We're
You
all
weren't hiding it as well as you think.
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and the dollar is just like.
So I have an idea. I won't call it a plan yet because it is not solid. But she wants this object that our dear friend Fang has. I say we take it to her. But
Use it against her?
exactly. But before we do that, I believe we should know what we are handling, how it works, what it does, how it could hurt us, etc. Thoughts? And he'll gesture to the table.
Yeah, just one. Don't if you use it, don't use the black dragon one, please. Please. That's all I ask. Just don't use that.
Why, if you don't mind me asking?
This.
You.
No, not me. Just my affliction.
Grast, I hear you and I see you, but we will use the black dragon.
Was the black dragon the one that caused the affliction?
Yes.
Tell me a bit more about it.
Well,
I saw him. I got afflicted.
well, as my realm was destroyed before I was sent to purgatory, I was afflicted with this by that being. And ever since that happened, I went searching for something to stop it. And I found that thing. So this is how far I've progressed, and this is where I am now. I went through all that trouble to stop transforming. So, and I don't know what's going to happen if you use that thing and summon the weapon that the black dragon forms or is or whatever. I'd just rather not have,
So, let me ask you this. How far are you willing to go to save this world?
I'll fight for it, but I won't die for it.
Very well.
That's good. I don't want you here to die.
Hillary kind of just leans back in her chair a bit and sipping her coffee.
I mean,
So
I could just beat around the bush. I could dance around it, or I could just give you a straight answer like I just did.
you said you don't have a world anymore, correct?
Correct. But there's always purgatory.
How
And
does
that's-
purgatory fare versus the Feywilds?
DM?
Imagine having a life and knowing all the intricacies of it, having family, having friends, having enemies, lovers, just people that feel it and populate it and make it something. And then imagine it all taken away, and you find yourself in a world with other people who have lost similar things. You're in an area where there's buildings, there's things to do, but it's not what you're used to. It's not where you've come from. So there's like a disattachment that comes when anyone arrives on purgatory or gets placed in the city of exile, because it's not home, it's not where you want to be, but it's where you have to be. And that's kind of how purgatory is.
I reiterate that.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. It just feels. I can't go back home. That's gone entirely. But that's where I have to be. That's what calls to me. So if you're suggesting, oh, well, you could stay here in the Feywild, I'd rather not.
You'd rather stay in purgatory.
Yes.
So why do you wish to fight with us?
I was sent here.
Grass, you would know you were sent by a great sage. You all call him Old Red, but he's kind of like a kitsune fox type creature entity that has designed purgatory, seeking out people in the city of exile that have a higher purpose, a higher calling, that want to try and not let these world destructions happen. And in some cases, y'all are successful. But in majority cases, it's a little beyond repair.
I was sent here by an old sage. This sage goes around looking for people with a higher purpose to attempt to prevent these things from happening. Most of the time we aren't successful because, sometimes it's too late, it's too far gone. But if I'm able to help, I'm able to help. But he just saw something in me. They saw something in me. So
you deem this a worthy cause then?
Yeah, it's still not far gone. They're still
Very
worth
well.
saving. So.
He'll look to Fang and Dargo and be like, what is at stake for you to fight with us? Why do you do it? Or why do you not want to do it?
Well, I have no way home. As you know, I don't even know how I got here. Portal went wrong. But I fight for good. So Linda is evil. She's oppressing your land. It's good enough for me. It's reason enough for me.
And thank you for your help. And he'll look to Fang.
Well, I could lie to your face and tell you that I'm here to help out of the goodness of my heart. But trying to turn over a new leaf. I'm here for survival. We are here. There is someone who is threatening not only myself, but people that I may care about. So yes, I do what I do best, and that is try to figure out how to stop it. And try to do it as discreetly as possible.
I don't know how this will turn out, so that is why I ask, what is at stake for you?
Are you afraid we'll turn tail? Or turn coat?
I don't fear for anyone turning to a different side, but if someone were to tuck tail at the last minute, I would like to have an idea of who that might be. But I don't fear for that to the people that I see.
Interesting.
So, okay.
So, back to, Sister,
So
did you have any more questions for Grass?
No.
So you want to play with the cube? Sorry, study it.
Study it? Yes. And to be frank, if it is a weapon, yes, I want to play with it.
Aldara just glares at Kurai.
And that is why I will not be handing it to you.
You don't want to know what it does either?
I didn't say that. Are you saying that if it's a weapon, you want to play with it? How do we know that, well, you won't turn coat?
Have you ever gotten a new bow or crossbow and wanted to go shoot it in the backyard?
That would require me to have had a backyard, Prince.
Well, lucky for you, I have a very big backyard. And I suggest we go shoot our new bows.
Fang,
Do you have
if you-
anybody who is adept in the arcane here in the Feywild?
You're looking at her.
Yeah, he would gesture to her.
Adalray, I meant no offense.
And I know a little bit
I
myself.
wasn't sure if there was like a court wizard or something like that here. Normally there's like some old guy walking around fiddling with things.
Yes, we have 10 court wizards who are all level 20 and know everything about magic.
I could really go without the sarcasm here, Prince.
Fang, if you don't want them to use it, you could take a crack at it.
Oh, I plan
By
to.
all means, I would love to even see Fang use it. I just want to know what we're getting into.
Okay. Well, Adalray, would you like to accompany me to your backyard to shoot this crossbow, as your brother so lovingly put it?
She sighs. Forgive my brother. But please, yes. However, we will not be going outside with it. She's gonna get up. Follow me. And she's going to leave the dining hall.
Fang is gonna stand up and follow. As you wish.
Pixel follows.
I don't know. I mean, Pixel can do whatever he wants. Like, I like.
Argo's gonna get up and follow as well.
Same.
Or
We all
I will
follow.
sigh and try and stay next to her side by side. Maybe like a little in front, trying to guess where she's going.
It's one of those.
She-
Oh, you're going that way. I was gonna take a different.
You hear in your mind, Kurai. What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Quit being a fool.
Where are we going?
To my personal study. I have runes and spells in place in case something were to arise while looking at this thing. And I'd rather not get blown to smithereens.
I guess that is fair.
You guys still had that
Lead the
conversation
way.
in your mind?
Yes, she's not
Okay.
Why
saying
are they
this out
so
loud.
quiet?
I kind of leaned back to Grass. I was like, why did the prince, like, scurry past us to go stand next to us? That seems really odd.
He wants to feel like he's in charge, probably.
Oof, I do. Oh, he's got little man syndrome. Oh, that's so. No offense, Pixel.
Little brother syndrome. Okay.
I don't have
No offense.
little man syndrome.
I know, but I said little man, and you looked at me, and it's not you.
What is Dargo saying, thinking of all this?
Argo just looks at you guys, looks at them. I don't know. Sounds like Adalry's been away for a while. Maybe he just misses her company.
I don't even have siblings, and I feel like that's a lie.
Dara's just like rolling around. Yeah, okay.
Wait, you can't hear us. We're whispering to each other.
You guys are having your own conversation. This was happening in conjunction. So do you think he like? So how much of? What do you think of him as like? Like, is the prince just posturing all this, or does he actually like?
I don't know.
Wait, are y'all actually whispering this? Because if that's the
Yeah.
case, let's go either stealth or sleight of hand. I'll give you all options. I feel like
That's a natural 20 plus 10.
I feel like Dargo's gonna be like, you just
What?
They get
What is
great
that?
guard stealth.
So I'm sorry,
That's a
guys.
nat 20 plus 10. What the
I'm sorry, man.
So-
I rolled a No, sorry, that I got those numbers backwards. 31.
I rolled a 21.
okay.
We real quiet.
Yeah.
If y'all, as y'all are having the telepathic conversation, feel that there's like not enough conversation going on, y'all can roll your own.
Oh, now we're too
insight
quiet.
or perception checks, just like
But
counterbalancing.
Dalray probably would not care.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no, I want. Yeah.
The nosy little brother.
The nosy little brother. He
Two.
hears. He has like.
What?
So you would be able to hear anything Dargo says while they're talking. But yeah, y'all can continue.
No, I rolled a 19. So
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
They're talking just low enough.
Yeah. He's like, he just like the hairs on the back of his neck are standing up like someone's talking about me.
Ears burning.
Yeah.
be cool, man, be cool.
They're totally looking at you right now. You gotta just keep your shoulders back. Keep that stride. We've worked on that stride. King to stride.
Little swagger in it, just a touch
Little
of
salsa.
swagger.
Little
Okay.
soldier, not too much. Not too much. Don't make them think that you're thinking about it. Don't make them think that you're thinking about how you're walking.
And we're over here just like ignoring them.
Y'all are off.
my-
bad thing
my
is-
left
The bad
arm-
thing is, there are people who do that. There are people who do that. So, yeah, so we're it's like, so how much of that do you think he's like? Is he posturing for this? Is he like just the boy on the throne, or
I mean, they did say their parents were missing. You said that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They are missing, so probably.
I don't know. I don't think he's posturing. He told me that yes, their parents are missing, and Adara's been missing for a year, so he's been in this position of defending and trying to attack Minda for a year. I think he's truthful, and he just simply wants to know what these weapons do before we just blindly whip them out to attack Minda, and not knowing what they do, if that makes sense.
Okay.
yeah? But the way he phrased that made it seem very, well, boy on the throne. It wasn't, hey, let's do some research into it
Oh.
and figure out how to do things. It's more of like, let's go shoot the crossbows in the backyard. Like,
He is still, I would say, new to the throne, so he probably does still have that boy on the
How-
throne tendency.
how old is
That's
he?
correct.
The same age as Adalray, and since you can't ask what Adalray's age is, you don't know.
Can I just do it like? Can I just like? But
You
Can
can
I
tell
just
that they're
do a
twins.
well, what I mean is like, can I just get like a ballpark on like what? Because obviously, like between the two, like would I be able to tell his age versus her age?
Do a nature check, maybe.
Nature.
If you
Okay.
ask me, I'm just gonna say it's the same age as her.
Son of a
I'm not
bitch.
asking you.
What? I'm sorry. Talking to small children.
That I rolled a 19.
Fang's trying to
So,
find
ba-
out how old Adalray is.
So I'm trying to figure out how. No.
That's twisting it. He's trying to find out how old Karai
Clip it! Clip it! That's not what I said! Clip it! Run it back! Post in the Discord. Get in the comments! That's a Brentley Mulligan thing. I ripped
All I
that off
heard
completely.
was, how old is Karai? And I was like, the same
Yeah.
age as Adalray. And
And then I
can't-
asked, and I never asked her, but like, can I get a ballpark with a 19 in nature, can I get a ballpark on like how old I think he is?
Should I be rolling for this as well?
You could assume that he's the younger of the two.
Okay, is he of a mature age, or is he like still in that teenage mindset?
I think it would really depend on how much you know about Shadarkai elves.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just on my knowledge of elves in general, like, would I be able to use that?
I mean,
Like I said,
you
with a
would
19
know he's not like right out the bat. Like he's not a young elf. But if you're trying to
Just
gauge,
like any guy who wants to shoot a rocket launcher, you
experience,
could be any age and you want to do that.
I mean, he's not wrong.
it's just
Just
really
how you express it.
hard to tell. Because
Otherwise-
obviously, like, they're twins. Adalray seems like she's questionable
I can
amount of
tell.
years, and
Wow.
then Karai seems like he might not be at the same questionable amount of years because he acts completely different than his sister. But in respect to both, it's like it could go either way.
Okay. Well, I don't know how old he is, but I don't know. Maybe the maturity all went to Adulray.
More than likely.
Possibly too much responsibility, or maturity, if we're being honest.
Are you saying that royalty breeds their next in line to be the next in line more than the other children?
That is
It's almost like it's a pattern or something.
All right. First off, we don't know. Like, for all I know, that the boy was supposed to take over, not her. They may have a thing. They may have a
That's
patriarchy
just-
thing.
That's not paying attention to the campaign prior to this at all. When did you first meet Adalray? And why
The
was
what?
she there?
The what?
The first campaign.
You were dead. You weren't even fucking here, kid. Get out of here. I assumed that was Pixel.
I
talking.
was
I'm like,
in
you weren't
your
even there.
sword this whole time thing. I saw
Bullshit! I didn't have that
everything.
sword for a minute.
You had it the whole second
Anyway.
part.
I mean, she was sent on a diplomatic thing, which you might do for the person you don't want on the chair. You know, advisor. Da, da, da. Find a husband.
I
Or
feel
wife, I
like you're
guess.
ignoring the clues, Fang.
Pixel.
I'm here as your moral compass.
I don't
I
need
say
a
the
moral
things that you
compass.
don't want to say.
I'm not sick. You know what? We're just going to keep walking.
Hello, new leaf.
Don't bring up the new. It's like taking everything for Fang not to like just do something to like trip Pixel, but he's also like, no, forget it.
How long is this
Focus.
conversation? 'Cause, like,
I don't know how
It
many.
takes
I
a
don't know how
while.
many.
Y'all are going to her study, so it's not,
3 hours later.
anywhere close.
like-
For a while, you think y'all are going in circles, but the palace is just this big.
To
And
make a Dragon Ball Z
eventually-
reference, it's
you-
Piccolo leading Boo to the time chamber and just like taking the long fucking way around.
But eventually, I'll get there.
Yeah, I was about to say, eventually, like, you guys come up to, like, these very ornate wooden doors. And Adar's just gonna push it open, and you see this, like, low glow of purple coming from the room. And she's gonna step in. And inside this room, you just see this round table in the center of the room with, like, tables kind of lined up along the walls. There's bookcases everywhere. She has like scrolls and books just lined up on these bookshelves. The table in the center of the room has runes kind of written on like the edges of it, where's that purple glow is kind of coming from. And she's going to kind of turn around to Fang and hold out her hand. May I have it, please?
I guess so. And he kind of reaches behind his back and then comes up and just does like a and like just like some street magician thing, just like the cube kind of like pops into the hand. So what exactly are we going to attempt first?
First off, just to make sure there aren't any curses or anything like that on it. She's gonna take it from his hand and place it in the very center of the table.
Now! Just kidding.
Vicky, now!
Oh, you were man, I ain't gonna lie, you were about to get fucking sneak attacked like a motherfucker. You want to throw down? I'll put an Eldritch cannon right behind your fucking like some jackass with the fucking Johnny Knoxville with the big cannon.
Now who's the child?
Hey, he's the one who's like, now. It's like, okay, well, you want to be a child? Let's bust out some Looney Tunes.
But yeah, she's gonna place the cube on the center of the table, and she's going to use the runes to see if there are any like curses or anything like that on this cube that they should be aware of.
Okay, make a Arcana check.
I would like to help her with this.
Okay. You're just like
Argo's just gonna sit by and watch.
I'm
'cause he
giving
does
the
not
help
know.
action.
Rye's gonna walk around the room a little bit. He hasn't been in here much. Take a check. Check what's in there.
Stupid.
That's a 10.
With advantage?
I'm exhausted.
That's a straight roll.
We didn't think about that.
so
I'm
you
a
look at
dangerous
it,
weapon to a tired person.
Adalre, and the only thing you're able to gauge out of it is that it has all the different schools of magic attached to it in a way. Before your head just kind of like, and focusing on it gets a little bit too intense.
Are you okay? Maybe
Damn
you
it.
should take a step back.
No, I'm fine.
I would highly I don't think you are.
She's still gonna try to study it.
He's gonna Fang is gonna like put his hand on hers and like look at her. You need to rest.
I don't have time to rest.
Right. Okay. Well, then how about you let me take the lead?
Last I checked, you don't do magic.
Things have changed.
Enlighten me. Because the Fang I knew hated magic. Didn't want
Yeah.
anything to do with it.
Well, I adapted. And you see Zip come like rolling in from outside the room and then like lands. Combined it with a little bit of science. Well, when you're surrounded by magic anyway, you might as well try to figure out how to make it more useful.
She kind of sighs before kind of taking a step back.
Thank you. I'd like to do like an investigation check on it to see if there's any like the mechanical aspects to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Investigation.
Okay. Anybody helping or just straight roll?
I will help. Just because he's just nervous.
He's like, don't touch the dragon. Other one. Like you just see the fingers. Not that one. Not that one. All right. Rolling. That'll be a 31 on the investigation check,
Okay.
or like how it mechanically like moves around, like how the mechanics of it work.
As you're investigating, you notice that there's kind of inlane runes with all of it that with your artificer and your rogue expertise, you could almost defer as traps, but like arcane traps.
Ooh. Yeah, this is not something you just want to go out into the backyard and shoot. Kind of holding it up to grass. You see that right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ice. I'm not sure the radius of it, but at least somebody's hand would be frozen to what I imagine is shattering cold. Whew. He's gonna like slowly turn it. There's thunder. There's force. Yeah, this is good to know that this is booby trapped as well. Maybe that's what we do. We just throw it at her and hope she kills herself with it. Maybe that's the whole point of the weapon. He's gonna kind of continue. He's gonna like take Adolra, do you have and he kind of like looks around and like finds a bit of paper and like a bit of charcoal and just starts writing everything that he's seeing and like kind of sketching the runes in a way that he's seeing. It's like this on quadrants. God, this thing moves, so labeling the quadrants is going to be a pain.
You watch it zip like almost magnifies the area for you to see better as you're looking at it.
Oh, you are so helpful. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. He's gonna just keep writing stuff down. All right. So what do I? So I'm just kind of jotting all this stuff down. Dalray, do you think does any of this make sense?
I'm sorry. I was not paying attention to the headache I got. What did you find out?
Essentially, if you look in between the spots, and he just very, very carefully like lifts it a little bit. You see how there's that inline rune? It seems it's also booby trapped as well, for anyone who is simply trying to rip it apart.
Would she know what this rune says or what it does?
Yeah, after he points it out, you'd be able to see that there's different runes interlaced between the cracks and crevices of how these squares essentially made up. Once you go through the whole thing, you can see it's every form of damage that you all know out there, like arcanely. There's cold damage, fire damage, necrotic, poison.
I'm not sure how powerful, but if I were to guess, I would guess 8d8 of every damage type.
Was this the item that Ox
Somewhere
had?
Coffee flinches.
Oh, no! None of you.
Oh,
What are you yelling about? What are you yelling about?
Emotional damage.
Fang would know.
But no, I jotted all down on just a piece of paper I found on the desk.
So Adara is gonna pick up the paper and look
I
at
really
it.
hope that paper wasn't important.
No, I normally have scrap paper lying around.
Dear diary.
Today, I made it back to the Feywilds.
Hey, still a pain in the ass.
Didn't deny.
I shudder to see the diary of Adolray.
Oh gosh, that sounds like
Diary of
a whole
Adolray. That's
So-
actually what we should just have made the notes, like the previous notes. Diary of Adolray. Sorry.
So she's looking over these notes. These runes. They're describing each damage type.
Yes.
Fire damage, frost damage, acidic.
Yeah.
Every known damage.
Do a history check with advantage,
Dirty 20.
Nice. As she's describing this, a memory pops into your mind. A certain red-headed elf that may have been on the receiving end of something. But you weren't there to see it. You just know what happened.
Yeah, I didn't have direct line of sight. I saw, it was more of like I heard the body drop, essentially.
And in that moment, your eyes kind of perceive outward. And you see that same memory, but from Hope's perspective.
Okay.
And she was maybe 30 or so feet away. But she was able to see Coffee get attacked by something. And Ox had something on him that he used. Mixture of his blood, but also something else. And as that attack erupted outward, something fizzled. Something was like the catalyst to all of it. And then the memory kind of like shunts out, and you're back in your space.
He sets the cube back down on the center of the table. No, that can't be. Can't, can it? No, it can't.
Full circle this?
What are you blabbering about now?
Oh, blabber yourself.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. I've just, Kay. I knew a girl, lady, woman,
Oh, really?
was a little crazy.
That's. I'm assuming that's your type.
A bit. He does a little look at her like, mm-hmm. Never mind. Her name was like Coffee or something like that. I don't know. But she was killed in a ritual to bring about like a dark goddess. And the one who killed her didn't use like a sword or a spell that I recognized at the time. There was no somatic, there was no verbal, nothing. It was just a large, concentrated bit of energy that just destroyed her. To the point where we couldn't even, the revivify didn't work. And I can't be certain, but this looks an awful lot like what the man used. But it, like, dissolved after he used it.
If it dissolved, then there's no way.
I mean, if this is some artifact of old, who knows, like, maybe it disappears and then reconfigures itself. I mean, these
Maybe
things are
there
all
are more than
powerful
one.
objects. He looks over his shoulder. I mean, maybe, but it's... from what I can recall, he used a bit of his blood and then said or did something with the item and just power erupted from it. And why he needed that much power to take down that one woman, I'm not entirely sure. But she was long dead before her body hit the ground. And Fang is like kind of like holding his hands to stop it from like shaking and twitching. I'm very nervous of this now. More so than I was earlier.
Are you for certain you saw this particular item in his hand?
Do I remember that exact item, or was it just an item similar to it?
You only have Hope's perspective, and she like barely saw anything. Like there was like a sleight of the hand slip.
I'm not 100% certain. As weird as it is, I saw it through Hope's eyes. You don't know Hope.
Another girl of yours.
The other princess of mine, yes. Don't come at me with that. All right, like I'm your first. Never mind. We're getting off topic here.
Fang gets
Yes.
around, essentially.
I see that.
That is not what was happening at all with either of those two things.
Look,
Anyway.
you're stressing over nothing. If you're not entirely sure that this item in question was the one that you saw, I wouldn't worry about it.
Perhaps it just needs some blood. And he'll like pull out a little dagger from his pouch.
Let me put down some protective runes before you do anything stupid. She says as she
Fang has a dagger like in his hand, like not like in his hand, like dropped out of his sleeve, like ready to throw it at Kurai if he tried to like do some stupid shit, like come up to the cube.
Fang,
very
put
much-
the damn
Lots of-
thing down.
Oh no, I would like to stealth it if possible, like
Okay. Roll
stealth or sleight of handed.
sleight of hand.
Okay.
Perception checks if anybody, because this will probably beat your passives.
24.
Can I roll with advantage?
Yeah, I got a 15, so.
I mean, it'd be.
I have
you
a
know,
zero
kind of
perception
something,
check, so I'll not be beating it. No matter
I got a 21.
17 plus 9, 23. 6.
26.
Yeah, 26.
So you would see it.
You see a sheen, like a sheen from like a blade.
But I'm still looking forward at the cube like this, but my other hand is just kind of like down by my side, and like that's where the knife is sitting.
I'll put my hand on Fang. It's okay. Just,
Hmm?
just- I see it. I see it. It's okay. He's not gonna do anything stupid.
Fang very quickly tucks it. I don't know what you're talking
Fang,
about.
I've
Just-
known you for a little bit, and I know the type. You're fine.
No volunteers? Want to try the blood?
We are not doing the blood yet, Prince.
We're
Can you
running
please?
out of time. And he'll spin it and like put it back.
Can both of you stop acting like children? Good
I'm
gracious.
sorry, but this is not a school class. We can't take all day.
Well, writing down protective runes takes time, brother. So please give me a moment. Just gonna continue writing down the runes.
Okay.
After she's done writing down these runes, you see they kind of glow this light blue color. And she's going to turn around and look. So, who would like to donate?
Should we roll up for it?
Shh.
Mm.
Cuts his hand.
Also, now it's okay if he does it.
Give me the dagger, please.
I'm just gonna back up.
I hand Adara the
Blood
dagger.
tipped dagger.
I would suggest backing up everyone else.
Just stay behind the runes on the floor. Adara's gonna walk up to the cube, and when she knows that everyone's behind the runes that she put down, she's just going to tap the blade and let the drop of blood drop.
Okay.
Fang is inside the rooms, by the way. I'm standing there. It's my blood. I'm standing there. If this blows up, it's like taking me with it. Look, I don't know how it works, but I'm the one who put the blood in there, so
Put
Perception checks.
no, kid. Because I said Adara was gonna wait until everyone was behind. Those
Okay,
rooms.
fine. We'll save the moment. You're about to do it, and you look back and you see Fangs there. Adari.
Oh my god.
What?
Get behind.
Pixel's
The
like hiding
rooms.
behind Beaky, like, I don't want to be a part of this. Mom and Dad are fighting.
It's look.
Fang?
Why are you touching it against the rune? It's my blood.
She doesn't say anything. She's just staring at you. Like,
This
get
is
the
Mom
fuck
and
behind the
Dad's.
runes.
Crosses his arm like I'm not like, lady, you're not in charge here.
Enough of this bickering. We're running out of time, like Harai said. Jeez. Fang, step out. If
Yes.
she wants to blow up, blow up, let her. Okay? It's your blood, sure. But you don't know that it's going to work with or without you. So just step out, and whatever happens, happens.
Fang steps out of the runes, but like the closest to, I guess, a doll ray in the table.
Finally appeased that you are behind the fucking runes. She will now flick the blade and let the drop of blood drop.
Okay. As soon as it drops, perception checks now from everybody.
PPK.
And so ends our hero's story.
That is
15.
a
Oh
28.
man, I had a nat 22. But it was 11 for perception.
28.
18.
24.
Grass, you see something right before the blood hits the cube.
What do I see?
There's a large, like, shadow that kind of like looms, hovers over that space that's within the rune space. Kind of like looming over where Adalray's at as well. But as soon as the blood touches the cube, this bright light emits out of it, kind of removing that shadow image from everything. But you see it. It's like a split second you see it. And everything
only
goes
Grass
like
saw that?
white. Anyone that got like 22 or higher?
Oh, Karai also.
Okay.
Yeah, 24.
Karai, you saw it as well. Sorry. And then the whole room goes white. And then it starts to dim back, but like a dull dim. As your eyes kind of refocus from the dilation. Everyone can see each of the cubes, like each of the squares on the cube are just like vibrating intensely from the blood and just
Did any? First of all, it's like, did anyone else see that? No.
That blinding light.
No,
Yes.
there was a looming shadow over a doll ring.
Yes, I saw some darkness before the light.
Dalray is not even paying attention to them. She's focused on that cube on the table, and she's gonna
Dang.
kind of lead in and kind of look at these cubes that are just all over the place.
and
Fang is also going to be looking over, like, what is happening here?
as the blood filters into the cube, I should say. One by one, 8 different colored globules spread out across the table. And just the cube's not there. The globules are the cube, essentially. But they're off the table, shooting across the ground.
I
Across
go to
the ground?
slam. Like they're just rolling.
No, they're like, think of it like slime trails, but like more metallic in its cube form. But now they're just like sliding across.
Do they seem to be
Okay.
sentiently moving, or are they just like moving, like outward?
Nature check.
Fucking
11.
dirty 20.
Okay. It doesn't seem like sentient. It's more like at base just like instinct.
Okay.
Bro,
Uh,
you should have slept.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
no,
reach
Doc.
down. I'm gonna reach down and grab one if it's coming near my feet, like coming near me, like just to stop
so
it.
they're going outward, like towards the corners, more towards the shadows in the room.
Okay. So if one's coming near me, then like I'm just like instinctively just like something coming.
Okay. Dexterity save.
Same with Dargo. He's gonna try and snag one if he can.
Similar dexterity save.
Does
You said
Adalre
that
like recognize that these things are heading towards the darkest parts of the room?
yeah. question.
You can do either. We'll go.
I'll say it actually. I'll just say it. It's like they seem to be heading towards the shadows.
24.
19.
Nice.
Do I
Let me roll
Something-
some dice.
some? Oh no!
So the ones that you come across.
Oh no!
Oh,
That was so many. That was so many.
It
Uh,
always is.
And then Dargo, the ones you come across. Or less. Okay. So Fang, you take 40 points of cold damage as
40
this
points?
globule that you try and grab just like starts to freeze over your hand as soon as you come in contact
Did I
with it.
make that save or not make that save?
Oh, you didn't.
With a 24?
Mm-hmm. And Dargo, you take 28 points of fire damage.
28.
Similarly, it just shoots up your arm.
Can I, with the impending doom inside me, can I roll for something to see like what to do with this? Because it has to do with the dragons.
You can roll either a history, a survival, or maybe nature check, whichever is highest.
Oh, that would be survival.
Okay.
Can I roll with
Dang.
advantage or no? With Beaky? Yes or no? Asking you.
Question for you: was Beaky there when you turned into you, or was Beaky after?
After.
Okay. Because of Beaky's nature, probably advantage, because it is a Drake.
I dropped something.
Shit.
28.
28.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was cold. That was cold.
Fang, in your hand, a cold-induced rapier starts to form.
Ah.
And Dargo, in your hand, a cold-induced longsword starts to form, but it's
Right, I
lot-
took fire damage and it's cold sword.
no, you took fire damage. Dargo, yours is a fire sword.
Right.
And
Okay.
Fang took
said-
cold
you
damage.
said
his
you,
is-
you said ice.
You,
Did I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You did. That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just burnt you
Like-
to the core. No, yours is a longsword, but it's much different. Like the weight of it feels good, and it feels more powerful than your non-hitting flame tongue longsword.
I'm different. Stop bringing that up.
Similarly, Fang, your rapier feels good to the weight. Lighter but more powerful in a way, like the push and pull of it. I mean, if you're focusing on that, your hand.
He's not even. Right now, like everything in his arm, like his hand, like when he went to catch, was just like locked, and then now it's just like a rapier is spawning out from it. He's just like.
And then Grass, with that survival check, you see as those blades form in each of their hands, there's like a encircling dragon wisp that kind of interweaves up their arms. I don't know what your dominant hands are, but whatever your main weapon hand is, that's the one that's interweaving up. And they don't sense it until like it's too late, but that damage that they took in kind of inlays this dragon print up their arms.
Okay, well,
that's cool.
And it would be
Oh,
the
but Dargo's
respective
gonna-
colors, I should say.
I just went real quick. Dargo, as he holds it and he takes the damage. Oh, why couldn't it have been the black one?
Oh, that's so. Oh, that doesn't feel good.
the eyes, like they're dragon eyes. So they like side like the side swipe. And they look at Dargo like just like side eye with him saying that, but it's like, there's you guys have a dragon in your arm. There's
I've got a what?
You would have saw a white and red dragon Grass.
you guys have a dragon imprint inlaid on your arm. Now you have a white and a red.
Can we see this now?
You do know we're just like scaly, right? That doesn't make us.
No,
dragons.
oh, look.
After the pain, when it finally subsides, I don't know however long that is, you can focus enough and see as he's talking that there are similar prints on you.
Oh, I just imagined it was like all white as it went up, and then like the dragon stuff started to form up higher. It's just like it's just wow.
So the rest of you watched that happen?
I'm looking for the black one, like the black dragon. Like since it went to the shadows, I'm looking at all these colors.
From what y'all can tell, those globules are now mingled in with the shades from the shadows.
Can Adalray
Yeah, I would.
cast like something
go
to turn the lights on, like before they?
I
went
mean,
into
it's the same
shadows?
amount of like light that's in a room, just like cast off shadows from tables and chairs and.
Yeah, we're gonna make it brighter though.
Okay, what are you casting?
Garai wants the shadow step first.
Fine.
Don't take the shadows away.
Shadow step.
Okay, what are you doing, Karai?
I would shadow step to the closest ones and try to grab 2. Because there's like 8, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't want any getting
Can
away.
Can I see? Take a guess at what Kurai's gonna do?
I mean,
Because we are twins.
Karai, can I have you make a dex save? Times
I'll-
2.
I'll try to go. Okay, like I'm gonna.
I got 23.
Okay.
Wait,
What was the second one?
features. Racial features, class features. Where is it? Evasion. Never mind. If I take half, I take no. If I succeed. If I don't, I take half.
Okay. I'm just gonna add a couple of more dice. Oh gosh, that's way too many. You don't want 18, do you?
Oh God.
Okay, so you said if you fail, you take half.
Yes.
Okay, so you'll take half of 77 points. half of the half is let me see what they're thunder. And then the other one is what's the dragon type? Acid. I gotta make sure y'all ain't
So 30
thinking
or
forward.
77 have,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Can I just go for anyone then? And have Beaky go for one as well?
Sure.
I'll go for.
Wait.
for.
So you've seen how it's doing things. Do you think Beaky would be able to take one?
I do.
Okay. Dex saves, one for you, one for Beaky.
Adalra's gonna try to use Mage Hand on these things.
Hold on.
Is Pixel grabbing one of these little fuckers?
How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess Pixel has to take one for the team. Oh, my boy!
I mean,
Just came
Dargo
back
could
to
always
life.
pick up the last one. He dual
Okay.
wields anyways.
Okay, so for. Oh, no. Oh, Beaky. Oh, honey.
But Pixel did just get a nat 20.
Okay, so Beaky got a 22 and Grass
That's
got a
my boy.
26.
Dargo. Make a. If you're trying to go for one more, I would say the one that you and Binky are kind of like converged on is the same one. So let's see if you get dual wield or single wield.
Want that second sword?
He's like, no. I need more power.
You gotta be a 22, man.
I got 14, so
Beaky
Yeah,
That's-
Beaky
yeah.
gets there right before.
damn it.
Okay, I gotta roll like a bunch of things.
Also, before I grab it, I'm immediately gonna use Absorb Elements, 3rd level.
Okay. We'll go with Adalre's Mage Hand first. Adalre, as your Mage Hand seeps out, it grabs it, and because it's arcanely connected to you, it links.
You son
that
of a
pain.
bitch! You
And you're
asshole.
standing there, and you just feel this eruption of. Actually, I'll still have you make a dex save.
1st level.
What?
I'll have you make one just to see if you pass or not. Okay, never mind. You take 38 points of.
What?
Let me look up the dragon.
God. Bro, what is happening?
What dragon is it? Oh no, where'd it go?
You have fire.
I know I have fire. I did have a list of them all because I was researching them for my creature.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I did. I don't know what happened to it. Where'd it go? Never mind.
Okay, this might show it. This might show it. No, that's not it at all. As we come back to Adalre, let's just say girl shook. Next was
Man, it's a good thing
Grass,
I got
what
that
did you roll,
temporary
Grass?
hit points.
26.
okay.
And Absorb Elements. So I will take, I believe, half of that.
Yes, but also you made the save, so half of 42 And then,
21. So 13,
and
14.
then absorb elements kicks in.
Okay. So, do you want to do? What would be good? 10?
It's round down, whichever.
So yeah, 10.
Okay.
Yeah, 10. I'll take 10 damage.
And
Now, how much does
then
Beaky take?
Beaky,
So many dice.
what was his?
Oh, 22.
Okay, so he takes 34 points of. Oh wait, no! I'm sorry, Beaky. Oh god.
Okay.
42 points. I rolled one less. I'm
Okay, that's
such a
fine.
dick.
He's still alive.
42 points. I'll give y'all. Well, Grass, you already know which one's going up your arm. Just saying.
Oh, no.
But Beaky and so I did the fire dragon. I
Did ice.
Ice.
Okay.
So the white dragon. What are? Did I do Karai's yet?
No.
Okay.
You have
I'll
done
do
Karais.
damage.
I don't believe you've done Pixel.
Oh, you did the damage, but not the other part.
The type.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
Yeah.
you're missing.
Acid and thunder.
Pixel will take half of 27, so 13. Okay, so Grass, you get the black dragon, which is like what?
Wait, you know, because you said Cry had acid and acid's black.
Acid. Wait, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. No, wait. I said Cry had acid?
You said
Yeah.
Cry got acid and thunder, right? Yeah.
Okay, so Cry has the black and blue dragon tattoos. Okay.
I think my character
Sapphire.
actually has those two tattoos.
Because blue is lightning, sapphire is thunder.
Sapphire?
So you get
Mhm.
Cry, you get lightning and acid damage. So the blue and black dragon. I feel like this is Yu-Gi-Oh.
You did it. I don't know why you looking like, man, I feel like it's like you did it.
Adalre, you get the green dragon, which is
What is that?
You're saying Adalre is toxic?
So wait, do the green dragon and the black dragon both do acid damage?
No, the green
One's
dragon
poison,
is
one's green.
poison. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. You get poison damage, Adalre?
What's Pixel got?
He is not pleased.
Grass, you get topaz. Binky gets amethyst. Okay, that's all. I was like, and then my boy Pixel. Actually, no. Pixel will get psychic, and then I'll give Binky the other psychic. So Binky gets amethyst, Pixel will get topaz. So that only leaves grass, right? That's the only one I have.
Mhm.
Okay. And then yours turns into kind of a dual dragon, and part of it is radiant, and part of it is necrotic.
Okay. What'd you say what was my dragon? Sapphire?
There's two. So one is technically the blight dragon, and one is, I believe, a radiant dragon. And if it's not the radiant dragon, then I'll let you know what it actually is called. But I think it's radiant dragon. Did I get everybody? Did I forget anyone? Speak now if I have a hold. Yeah, radiant dragon and blight dragon.
So,
Yay.
okay.
And that was from
So-
that one cube that was like weird and had like two-toned thing.
Oh, cool. So as I go to go get it, I like instinctively like seeing the damage going to like what happened to Fang and Dargo. I instinctively cast it's called absorb elements, and like I take it in. It burns, but then like he picks up what are the weapons like in stride. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yours is a bow. Kurai. My boy Kurai doesn't use weapons.
His weapons.
But you're good at short sword and simple weapons. So yours
two
is
gloves.
What are those punch knives?
punch knives.
Could be some
What
gauntlets.
they're called.
Just saying. Homebrew some shit.
Why would I homebrew even more shit?
By homebrew, I mean like, hey, these are whatever weapon it is, we just rename them fucking punchy gloves.
You don't see a weapon, Kurai, but that tattoo is still on your hand. One Punch Man. Did I just make One Punch Man?
One punch.
I swear if I did. Kill me now. Adalray, yours similarly grows a rapier as well, except it is poison. And it feels much stronger than your current ice damaging rapier. That's still technically weaker than Fang's ice rapier. But you see
don't know
him
that.
trying to keep up.
Okay.
Okay, what do you think you
And
get?
then Pixel will get probably a dagger, because my boy is a rogue, mostly. Yeah. A psychic dagger. So yes, you
That's
are
true.
all standing in this room and you all have weapons that have been infused with you.
And
I feel like y'all had a long conversation about how not to do this, and then it happened, and now this is like the aftermath of the conversation that no one had a conversation about.
Finally, we are making some progress.
Good question. What did Binky get?
A golden tooth. Ding.
Similarly, you don't see a weapon on Binky, but you do see like a interwoven dragon tattoo, kind of interlaced amethyst like on him.
if I drop the rapier, what happens to it?
Drop it. Do it.
Okay, I release the hold on the rapier.
It hits the ground and vanishes.
Okay. I really wouldn't call this progress so much as I don't know, a step sideways. Oh.
So it's just one bow, right? That's it?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have to fight her. Anyways. Can't give her the thing anymore, but we have these weapons that we could all use to fight her.
Wasn't it the plan to fight her in the first place?
I think our plan can still work, and he'll cast minor illusion to make it look like the little cube thing.
Fang reaches into his bag and tosses out 4 of the cubes. Yeah, that was in case you guys
Okay.
tried to rob me last night.
That might
Dara
work a
just
little
looks
better
at
than
Fang
mine.
like, are you freaking kidding me?
Well, not you so much as the prince I've never met, along with the guards that were following me in
You
there.
think my brother would try to steal something?
I think the last time I dealt with the royal that I didn't understand or knew tried to kill me.
Yes, well, not all royals are the same.
Obviously.
I say in her
Obviously.
mind, I definitely wanted to steal it. And I know you did too.
Do not speak for me. It's taking everything in her power not to punch her brother in the face right now.
Fang's still like moving his fingers, like his arm is like white from like the tattoo and stuff, but he's like, it's just like,
Fang.
tingles.
Fang, come here.
Tingles. What's up?
The rapier appears in your hand again, Fang.
Throws it.
Bing, bing, bing.
Is it like every time I close my hand again?
I'm gonna.
Nothing? Or does the rapier appear again?
Nope.
Okay. Not every time, thankfully.
Here, Fang, just
What's up?
I get some like what's it called? Like some herbs, and then like I crush a little bit, breathe a little bit into it, and then cast a 3rd level.
Oh,
Druids.
no. I got a healing spell. I can. It's just more for the RP.
I
Or
know,
at least
but
I
like
appreciate
it's yeah.
All right. I mean, 3rd
Let him
level.
do the thing.
All right, let you do the thing. I put my arm out.
Okay, you get 9 points back.
All that.
Yeah.
Ooh, kind of took the edge off. I appreciate it.
Argo's gonna release his hand. I assume the sword goes away.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna close his hand and try to will the sword back.
All right, it comes back.
Okay.
Each time it's like a display, like a freaking Sailor Moon entrance, and it's
Jesus.
Right, we'll do
Okay.
it too.
And then
How does a bow look?
Which hand are you holding it with?
We're gonna go with.
The right one.
So I'll say for prosperity's sake, the right one is the radiant. So the bow like glows with a radiant sheen.
Okay. So what if I like basically just draw it with both hands? Like
Okay. So if you draw it with your left hand, the bow shifts to necrotic look. And everyone kind of like almost sees Grass kind of like vanish a little bit in his spot until he pulls back and you see this radiant bow manifest.
okay, this is weird. I'm just gonna I'm gonna put this in my quiver and not gonna this is exactly what I did once.
that will come in handy. I'm sure. And then Dardo's gonna look over to Fang. Fang, it seems that you just simply will your weapon into existence. At least that's what I did. It seemed to work.
Okay. And he just squeezes his fist and like thinks rapier.
Did we all just get a level in Warlock?
Just like Fang is kind of annoyed because like he was just like with the artificer stuff, he was getting a handle on it. He was understanding, and then now this shit happens. It's just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Adalray, make a wisdom save for me.
What? Excuse the fuck out of me?
Oh no. Oh,
Oh no! Oh no!
14.
Nice. As this is happening, everyone's getting like more acquainted with their new weapons.
I'm before you do that, I'm gonna like before you do this, I'm gonna go check up on Beaky. Like it's like, you okay, buddy? You okay? Like just to like see what's going on with him, because I feel like this. Yeah, yeah. I just want to check up on him
Okay.
real quick before you.
He seems fine. Like he took a little bit of damage, but.
Bitch.
I told you before I rolled. I was like, "Are you sure you want to send your significant other
60 to
into the
18.
fray like this?" Because I know pets don't have as much HP.
I
as
was more than
level
happy to take a
13
second one,
characters
but
do.
no.
Yeah, I
But
was
you're
gonna
like,
say,
"Nah,
what you-
he's good." I was like, "Okay."
That's enough. He's fine.
Yeah, I didn't give Zip. Look, I could have thrown Zip at it, but Zip would have died immediately.
It would have been like that mage hand. Too soon. So Adalray, as everyone's, conversing, getting familiar with the stuff, healing up, doing as they do, checking on, whatever, the room kind of like fades out sound-wise, and you're standing in an area that you've never been before. The walls are pretty immaculate. The floors are marble, if from what you can tell. And there's these large doors in front of you, much more massive than anything you've ever seen, much less experienced. And they kind of like ease open slowly. And you're small in this area. And you see these two much larger entities kind of enter into that space. And there's a planet of some sort and a few other figures standing in there. So roughly 6 now that the 2 new ones have entered that space. And then the doors close. And you're back.
Gonna keep quiet for now.
Does anything happen to her when she does that? Like, does she?
Y'all
Does
can
her eye,
make
her eye rolls back or
perception
something, or no?
checks?
I will roll with disadvantage because Beaky. They're both the same.
6.
Maybe from how you all went for your weapons, you were just turned from her. But anyone that rolled 21 or higher would see
22.
that Adalray vanished for a brief moment. Kind of similar to Grass, but she wasn't like using her weapon or anything. And then she came back into her space.
Was that the? Anyone else see that? No.
See what?
Adalray just vanished for like a split second.
But I mean, you vanished for a split second too. When you did the bow thing, you pulled it
Oh,
back.
I
and you,
did. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize.
Oh. Yeah, that's why I said that could come in handy.
Oh. But no one else?
No,
I was
not
looking.
noticed.
I was making sure Pixel wasn't dead.
Look,
Okay.
I think we have bigger problems than me vanishing in thin air for a brief second.
Alright, well. Okay.
You did too, Grass. I don't see the trouble.
Would I be able to connect? No, I wouldn't even. I didn't even notice that I had turned invisible, but I was using the weapon. Nah, it's fine. I'll leave it.
All right. Well, you know, look, I think it might be a good idea to rest for a moment until we figure out exactly what to do next. Now that our super weapon is now dispersed into us.
Yes, I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I kind of had a bad feeling something would go awry.
You consider this going awry? I would consider it a success.
This is something
A
I didn't want.
success. How would you consider this a success?
We have more power to fight our enemy.
But we don't know the cost, Kurai.
We have no idea what caused it. We don't even have a thing to bargain with.
We were never going to bargain.
Doesn't mean we couldn't have bluffed.
We don't negotiate with
We have-
terrorists.
I was waiting for it.
We still have 4 bluffs that you have tossed on the floor here. And we can summon our weapons at will.
That will distract. That's enough to fool you. That's not going to fool. I have a feeling it's not going to fool a being that can do all this.
And
If she can sense the power, she'll sense it still, because it is in us.
Yes, but it won't be in one singular point.
you all are noticing that these dragon tattoos, they kind of stand out. And they're not going away.
Dargo's just gonna look at his arm as his black scales have this bright red, flamey dragon tattoo. Yeah, something tells me she's gonna notice the cubes aren't powerful.
Adari's just gonna like pull the sleeve down on her gown.
Oh.
You know?
Nice flex, thanks.
Fang snaps his fingers and casts Disguise Self. But he just looks like himself without the tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
I hate all of you.
There we go. Well, this would last for a little while at least.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Do I feel anything from this happening?
Do you want to feel something?
Do you? I want to know what love is.
Like, do I feel the necklace still working?
Make a Arcana check.
That's 9.
No. Not currently. You think it might still be working. You're not sure exactly. There's no definite clues to give it away if it is or not.
Okay, I'm gonna try to like sneak up, like just hold it, but try not to like make it known. To look at the necklace. Just. Okay. Okay. So.
And Kurai is well aware that he has the black dragon, by the way.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Right. Well, regardless, what happened happened. And I suggest we try to get some rest as much as possible. Because I'm assuming all of us got some type of damage.
No. I'm good.
I feel
Vicky, on the
fine.
other
I'm
hand.
going to go test my new powers out.
Fang,
Please
like,
do be
Fang-
careful.
Audibly rolls his eyes. I don't know how that happens or how it's gonna work.
Just like Robert Downey
But he-
Jr.
Literally, just like the whole head roll too. Just like
So,
Big.
Kurai, are you heading out?
Yeah, if they're all resting.
I'm not.
Adare is going to study her weapon.
Okay.
Beaky, go rest, Beaky. You are looking worse for wear right now, buddy.
Dargo, what are you?
You all have weapons. Nothing is showing for me, so I need to know what will happen when I use it.
Dar's looking cry. I'll go with you. See how mine handles at least.
Pixel, you mind going with him to make sure he doesn't kill himself?
Okay.
You okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, the dagger is like translucent. It's kind of tripping me out.
Yes, it's pretty cool.
I mean, it's dope, but it's also terrifying. Imagine it's just like an outline in like pink, like it's a cartoon where it's just like, ha,
It's
ghost.
like he's a freaking psychic blader rogue, but he's not a psychic blader rogue. So you all watch as the three of them leave out of Adalre's kind of like study area, and Fang, you notice something. As soon as they
course he does.
pass the wall, you see like a red outline of each of them singularly as they walk off. And in the back of your mind, you just feel that audible drip from the dagger onto the cube. And that's where we're gonna end it.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I still got it. Who's the master of cliffhangers? This guy. So
I believe the term is blue balls.
the worst. Be sure to check us here in a couple of hours. We're going to be showing our next episode of Diademia Aftermath Blightlands to get us back on schedule, and then come back with us this Saturday. We're going to be here at 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time instead of 9 o'clock because we're pushing it just a little. But we're going to be here for Death Savers, the next episode. So we got more coming this month. If you are subscribed to us, we're about to raid. Be sure to hit up those raid wrenches because they like when people are trying to dodge wrenches in the chat. It's like a thing. If you can dodge a raid wrench from the dumb crew, then you can dodge anything. But you can't dodge our freaking raid that's coming here shortly, so...
Know what you can't dodge? Emotional damage.
Oh my gosh. There's no repercussions for putting your blood against it. It's fine. We'll find out what that is next time. Catch you later. Bye-bye.